Hey guys, Luna here, and welcome back to a game called Our Life. We're near
Hello.
the end. Actually, wait, did I? Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, so we're preparing the final act of Act 4 with Cove instead of with Baxter and our good friend Derek. So, let's see. We're about to do our dancing. So, welcome, Luna. I'm glad you could make it. Hey, Baxter. Thanks for scheduling this. It's my pleasure. I hope you've been well. You okayed with your hand wordlessly. That's what I like to see. Baxter pulled up a remote from his jacket pocket and clicked a button. A speaker system he hadn't noticed before crackled to life. Familiar music filled the room. He must have been busy to already have songs that you talked about yesterday ready. He tucked the remote back into his pocket, and then Baxter turned his attention to you. He offered you his hands.
Well,
I'll lead, at least at first, and we can switch later if you prefer. His gesture felt gradually formal. He had enough performance practice to feel as if he'd stepped out of a fairy tale ball. You immediately accepted his hands. It was time to dance. His fingers linked around yours, and he put his other arm across your back. You relaxed into the proper form for the dance, muscle memory taking over. Baxter did not attempt to direct you, just remained present as a reliable partner. You followed the music, timing your steps to the rhythm until you found yourself relaxing into it. Practicing like this was helping to smooth out any of your creases your flow might have had before. Baxter suddenly smirked, the twitch of his lips getting your attention immediately.
you know,
Oh, I recall that it wasn't just dance lesson I was available for, was it? I was also offered to give you rides whenever you needed them, didn't I? Hopefully I haven't let you down with that. It took a moment before you understood what he was talking about. You laughed clear and bright. I think I'll be alright. We have our own cars now. You were impressed he still remembered, but then again, you also remembered it. It had been particularly memorable summer all those years ago. Being firmly in the flow, the discussion died down. The only exchange was the music and the sounds of your shoes on the sleek floor in time with each other's. So, tell me, how did things go with Cove? Baxter chuckled as he led you to the left. You followed, watching his reaction more than your feet. Cove is a remarkably sweet man. You have nothing to worry about. In more ways than just his dancing. But I won't say anything else. Instructor-client privilege. That response piqued your interest, past simple curiosity. What had happened? The question was plain on your face. But Baxter suddenly focused on your heels, with him staying down when you paid more attention to your
perfect.
Very nice. It was clear that you weren't going to get more out of him on the topic. I can't believe you're really here. He faltered his step, throwing the dance to a halt. He recovered quickly, his toes going back to precisely formed motions. But his face still showed the strain of upset. He took a deep breath. Tremors went through his shoulders from the effort of keeping his perfect poise. I apologize for finishing so thoroughly and not even attempting to keep in touch. It was unkind. His lips twitched. It was closer to a grimace than anything resembling a smile, even though you thought that was what he was attempting. I didn't think it mattered at the time to completely once I left Sunset Bird behind. At least that's what I told myself, or rather, what I hoped would be true. It was hard that when you and everyone there didn't see me anymore, that you would never think of me again. You would go on your lives happily and I wouldn't factor into it. He paused again. How did the music sound so much like cold silence?
Huh.
That doesn't make much sense to you, I imagine. Baxter offered a one-shoulder shrug for your supposed trouble. He made a soft, encouraging noise. He took another deep breath and determined sparkled in his eyes. It's the eternal story of my life. I want to be like, but I can't be important. On that same note, that's likely why I'm drawn to the person everyone wants. They don't need me. A suitor for a season, a plan for a wedding. That's me. I'm not like him. Cove is a fiancé. He stays, he tries. Clingy, I think your friends and family like to joke. I never thought so. He didn't even care for me, but was willing to dance together to do a better job for his wedding. In life, there are just some ones, and then there's the one. You found your one, and I'm genuinely thrilled you did, and that he found his. All I want to do is assist with that happiness, and not get in the way of it. But I've begun to ramble. We don't need to get immersed in my troubled past when the future is so bright. Baxter's tone was pointed with finality. There was as much as he would say. The pace of the dance sped up, going back to what it had been before. You nearly stepped on his foot at the sudden change. Since he was clearly not going to discuss it anymore, you didn't attempt to pry for more details. This had gotten into incredibly personal territory. You deserve to be informed. He dropped his gaze at your words, uncomfortable with your sincerity. He decided not to push anymore, and the tension slowly drained out of him. Baxter schooled his face, and for all the world appeared like the conversation never affected him. Well, do you still dance often?
No.
I don't compete anymore, if that's what you mean. I haven't even kept up with it as a hobby lately. I did for weddings, if the couple would like me to assist. He gazed into the distance somewhere else for a heartbeat. Then he came back to you and smiled. I still love dance, clearly. He wiggled his eyebrows and put emphasis on his movements. You had to admit that he appeared happy enough during the session. There just isn't room enough for everything. I imagine that you dealt with similar situations in your adult life. Bummer. I understood what you meant. What fit in your life was different now from what it had been years ago, too.
Thanks.
Thanks for giving me an excuse to make time for dance. The feeling's mutual. You also love the excuse to dance. The session was a lot of fun. If only the world gave more excuses to dance, that would be a planet you'd love to live on. But now you just focus on your movements. The acoustics of the room were surprisingly good for dancing. The music was a good volume, and despite the tile flooring, the tapping of your shoes didn't echo distractingly off the walls. You tried to relax your shoulders and place more confidence in your movements. Left foot, right foot, left foot, turn. Left foot, right foot, left foot, turn. Da, 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 da. You observed the easy way Baxter seemed to glide across the floor. Following his lead was easy, but you concentrated on taking it further. You mimicked what he did, attempting to learn his gracefulness. He chimed in after he noticed what you were doing and made small suggestions as needed. You both continued to dance as the song cycled through and back. Thoughts played in your mind about the surrealness of reconnecting with Baxter again after all these years without contact. However, that was a secondary to the goal of dancing well in your upcoming wedding to the love of your life. It wouldn't be much longer until you would be doing this with your husbands. Yeah, sure, I'll ask to lead. I might do that. Can I lead now? I was about to suggest that if you wanted to give it a try. You both rearranged your positions, and you're off across the floor. It was different from following Baxter's, but it didn't take long for you to rediscover the right tempo. By the end of the session, night had fallen, and you said your goodbye to Baxter, and Cove came to pick you up in the car. You mirrored his actions from earlier today, climbing into the passenger seat and clicking in your seatbelt. He took the opportunity to copy you as well. So, tell me everything. The amused sparkle in his eyes let you know that using your words was completely and utterly intentional. You hummed one of the songs with a grin. I got that one stuck in my head too. It's gonna be playing in my mind all night. Cove grinned widely, happy for you. I'm glad this was a good idea. And also, I did thank you for buying me a snack earlier. It was good. You're welcome. I hope there's some left. You craned your neck around to inspect the back seat. You sent an additional sack, and Cove laughed. Don't worry, I didn't eat everything. I brought some drinks to go with them. I thought that would be nice for a post-dance pickup. Cove better know how much you love them, especially in moments like this. But hey, seriously, what did you and Baxter talk about? You couldn't forget how Baxter phrased it all. You were too curious. When you were together, did something happen? I don't know. You sounded truly confused. He tried to think back, but it was apparent that nothing came to mind for him. We didn't talk about anything important. Why? Did he say something to you? It seemed like he was implying something. The angle of Cove's eyebrows crept into concerned territory, so he elaborated. It wasn't bad. It actually seemed good. He thinks you're sweet. Cove's brows then pinched together. They were approaching deep thoughts. Well, I guess... I'm not that good at dancing. That would happen. You know that. It's hard and it's nerve-wracking. And I made it clear why I was going through with something I'm not cut out to do, who it was for. He showed you a soft smile and his eyebrows evened out to normal. Maybe that's what he meant. You blushed, your eyes shrank to the window. The parking lot had emptied out from earlier this afternoon, and it was just you and Cove. Maybe it was. You're lucky to have such a loving fiancé. With the day's arrangements taken care of, Cove pulled out the empty lot and started to drive away. Next time you're scheduled to come by it would be for the usual kind of office visits. No dancing required. You highly anticipated meeting back up with Baxter's. You had a good feeling about where this wedding was going. And when you arrived for the session that day, you noticed Baxter's foot was tapping against the floor in a steady rhythm. It seems the lessons from the day before were still in his mind. Hey? Hi.
Good afternoon.
So nice to see you again. With all the work, planning, and effort a thing of the past, you were having the final appointment with Baxter. The two of you situated yourselves on the purple couch in the normal spots. The Cove was still unable to treat the visit as anything near normal. His legs stiffened from nervousness so badly that bend in his knees was like a snap of two branches. He nearly fell into the cushions. Why I'm not surprised Cove is a ball of anxiety. Baxter, on the complete opposite end of the comfort spectrum from Cove, smiled with natural ease. Well. This is the last time we're likely to see each other until the day of your wedding. You feeling prepared? Maybe Cove is, but I'm not. Cove didn't react whatsoever. Not to Baxter or you. He was frozen solid. Baxter ran his hand along the inside of his jacket and placed his most encouraging smile on his face.
To be honest...
In all honesty, you've done both done beautifully. Your wedding will be an event to be proud of, and I'll be there to make certain it flows smoothly. All you need to do is now enjoy yourselves. Each line Baxter spoke chipped away at the frosted shell around Cove until it cracked. Your fiancé replied in a small voice, "Thank you." That's what I like to hear. Thank you. Now, having broken the ice, Baxter was easily shifted back into work mode. He touched the tips of his fingers to a pile of papers on the desk to his side. I got the details for the hotel for you here, and I was able to book 2 standard single bedrooms for both you and your parties to use to get ready in. The hotel is minutes away from this ceremony venue, so you won't need to make a trip out there in the morning.
Not bad.
Thank you, Baxter. You're good at this. Cove admitted was almost embarrassed. He scratched his cheek and shared a look with you. You remembered how hard of a time the two of you had getting a room when you came in Sunset Bird for your mom's anniversary. It was an ordeal. Cove chuckled, knowing you were reminiscing over the same experience. Baxter accepted the compliment earnestly without prying. He leaned an elbow against the chair's armrest and propped up his head against his hands.
Glad to hear it.
I do strive to be. He continued to relax, falling up on his prior motion with the cross of his legs. And I very much appreciate your great patience with a series of questions throughout the experience. I do still have one more topic I'd like to discuss. When you leave here, the wedding planning's over. Do either of you have an opinion on seeing your beloved before the ceremony? That was not something Cove had considered. He didn't have words to back up the hasty interruption. Baxter smoothed it over by elaborating. I know some couples follow tradition of completely cutting contact in the lead up to the ceremony, so it's a reuniting when they come together for their ceremony. Others stay apart physically, though communication over the phone, and there are others who don't participate in whatsoever and stay with one another. This time Cove gave him a space considering, letting the concept sink in.
I don't know.
I mean, I didn't have plans to be away from Luna. You know, I like being around them when that's an option. But I guess maybe you could do that if it's a special thing for weddings. He laughed breathily and sent Baxter a question of his own. Are you gonna make fun of me for being clingy now?
Never.
You knew just how much Baxter meant that. Cove, however, didn't have the same context. Okay. You really should consider your stance. Teasing Cove was fun. Cove gasped dramatically that Baxter would give him a pass his own fiancé wouldn't. When he stopped clutching his pearls, Cove instead put on a pout. You were charmed by both his unambiguous attachment to you and by how cute and genuine he was. But you made an effort not to be entirely distracted, and you gave an answer to the question at hand. I feel like if I was in this situation, I wouldn't care, but I feel like in this situation, would you mind staying in a separate hotel room? We could talk over the phone. Cove snorted indignantly. You caught me clingy, now you want to call? Yeah, and I know you'll pick up because you're clingy. Cove's shoulder and head slumped down in sync, his tough stance deflating like a balloon. Oh, right. Cove shuffled the balls of his feet against the carpet, all while glancing over you bashfully. You held on to his sweet gaze as long as you could, and you were going to have to go without it for a while soon. Off to the other side, Baxter watched the two of you from his spot in the office chair. The fondness in his expression for you and Cove had tipped past his usual professional distance. Not wanting to ruin the moment, he spoke in his soft voice.
Perfect.
Very good. Everything is settled then. From there, the rest of the meeting was spent going over the final details and the whole plan step by step. Baxter wanted to make sure you were on the same page and prepared for the events at hand. You shared amusing anecdotes of past weddings he's planned, some highlight of actual potential pitfalls you could intentionally avoid, and others were in the 1 in a million debacles. The most unbelievable was the story of a particular orchard ceremony from the year before. The stage was set with flowers, a walkway, seating, and a wooden arch at the end. He was looking at the final survey primed for the guests to arrive when an out-of-control truck with a back end of apples drove straight through. The driver was unharmed when he got the truck to stop, and the couple were still married, albeit in a much simpler arrangement. But Baxter distantly remembers that the almost comedic surrealness of it. Seeing a complete wedding and then having flattened back to the ground in the blink of an eye was something he never expected or hoped to experience. While the plain old chuckled in recollection, Cove leaned over to ask you if you thought there were any reason a fruit truck might have to be at your venue. You were pretty sure that there wasn't. The stories and laughs continued into the end of the appointment. It reminded you of the final day of class before summer vacation. Technically you were still in school, but everyone was eager for the fun to begin. The goodbyes were exchanged as usual, with promises to see each other soon like there had been every time you visited. However, when you left the office, you had wondered if you were ever going to be back there again. When you saw Baxter next, it would be at the wedding location. Maybe you will return someday, if you and Cove decide to renew your vows and needed a planner again. Or maybe you could just visit as friends and not as customers. Under the wide starry sky, you and Cove hopped back into his car to head back. Despite having done it many times before, it felt completely different than that time. After the click of seatbelts had snapped into place, there was a silence in the cab. None of the boisterous from minutes ago had come with you. Cove's expression was pensive as he rounded the curb and got the car out and onto the street. A gentle rumbling resonated over you from where your wheels were rolling across the tar mats. That was the only word he managed to articulate before his mouth clamped up tight again. He had internally struggled made visible, and ultimately he made enough peace with it to finally. Right now I have a lot going on in my head, and you probably guessed that. There's so much I want to say to you about us and about what happened, all of this. But it would probably make more sense if it was said during the wedding, right? His voice dropped to a complete whisper, but his grip on the steering wheel intensified. It's so close now. Cove took in a deep breath through his nose, allowing his fingers to loosen again. That was followed by him answering his own question.
Don't worry about it.
Pretend this didn't happen. Dang it, I'm so curious now. Sorry, you'll have to wait. It's something I've always made you do. Why change that standard now? You pouted even harder at Cove's self-satisfied response. For there's a lot of other things I'm thinking about too. Like the fact that there are these last moments of our lives together, not being married. After this, I'll be your husband and you'll be my spouse. Unbelievable. Yeah, this is just amazing. Twisting in your seat, you let the side of your face rest against the back of the chair. You rested there at the end of such a long project, watching your almost husband as he continued to drive ahead. The two of you were moving forward, full of hope and anticipation for the very near future. After days, weeks, years of waiting to commit yourself to the love of your life, the morning of your wedding arrives. It was a realization that hit you as you lay in the dark hotel room. You're still... dark. You're still half asleep and totally cozy. You weren't able to tell exactly how long you've been up at that point. You went over to check the time. Sat on the side table next to the bed was the standard digital clock, flashing the current hour and minute in bright red lines. It was time to get up. At least it was if you didn't want to be late or show up to your wedding in pajamas. And thinking of that, it struck you that Cove had gone up as well, if he hadn't woke up even earlier. Reaching over the table, you got a hold of your phone. Clicking it showed a string of new messages, which is definitely something. It wasn't hard to guess why people might have things they wanted to say to you on that particular day, but one name on the list caught your attention over all the others. Cove, he messaged you. Interesting. Okay. You opened your chat with him instantly and read each individual text. I'm awake. I want to call you, but I don't want to wake you up if you're asleep. It's important to have good sleep, especially now, and all the time. You can call me when you want to. Love you. You started grinning before you even finished the sentence, and by the end your heart started pounding painfully. Cove brought you joy so effortlessly. You tapped the screen to switch from messages to his contact page, clicking the call. There was already an answer the moment you lifted the phone to your ear. Hello? Yeah, it's me. Oh, cool. His tone grew soft and you pressed the ear closer to you. Congratulations on your wedding. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in your suit today. Yeah. You chimed back happily. Excited to see you too. It was a lovely moment to share, both mundane and incredibly special in his own way. But then Cove gave it in a deep sigh. The gentle voice turned to a distant whisper. It's almost time. He brought some levity back to his tone with a joking question. Would it be wrong to say I'd rather go see you instead of getting ready? Think of how much planning we did. We can't let that go to waste. Cove gave an obligatory whine before switching back to his normal pitch. I'll stay. People are coming here soon for the wedding party. After making a declaration to be responsible, he stalled there. Alright. Yeah. Cove's ear wasn't directed at anything in particular. He was grasping to fill the space to buy time while he sorted his thoughts. I'm getting married. I'm gonna be marrying you. The gravity of the situation along Cove's heavier and heavier as he vocalized it. Oh, Cove, your stomach hurts. Oh, look at them beats freeze. Cove, you weren't able to say another word before he sucked in an audible breath. I have to go. Right now, I'm getting nervous. It's gonna get worse. But I want to do this more than anything else. Your heart went out to the man you loved. You knew how those events were a struggle for him. There was a gasp where you finally let out the air you had been holding in. Bye. Love you. Gotta go. You can do it. Thanks. You too. Without letting his determination lapse, Cove ended the call. In a short exchange, as short of an exchange as it was, hearing his voice had been such a nice way to start the day. You knew you'd managed the right choice to not fully separate. There's no point in lingering as you slipped out of bed. You had places to be and people to see. Your clothes were hanging up against the door of the small hotel closet, and you went over to check over the outfits. You gave your arms a good stretch, feeling pleased with the assessments. Everything felt perfect. From there, you went to the bathroom to brush your teeth and shower before anything else. Once clean and dry and half dressed, you went back out to the main space of the hotel room. Your phone lit up with a new message and glanced at it. The wedding party had arrived. They were there in the lobby. You put your own phone down to pick up the hotel landline. When the desk manager answered, you explained the situation. They promised to lead the group to your room. The call ended simply. Or you could just tell them what your room number it is. A short time later, a knock vibrated through the heavy front door. You answered it right away. Miranda was there with a smile to greet you. The rest of the party filled in after. Congratulations and hellos were exchanged as they passed. It's really nice to see you. Who do I want to do my hair? You know, I'm gonna have Miranda do my hair. And I'd have... do I want makeup? I don't think I need makeup. Miranda knew the arrangement and would make sure to stay on track. You and your party got right to work, changing, primping, and polishing up for the occasion. You got yourself tucked, zipped, and buttoned up to your phantom shirt, pants with a series of rapid, but not especially loud knocks struck the door. Only a few people can come up to the room without approval, and the sound was not Cove. There wasn't any usual notable pauses between knocks. That left one other main option, and the thought as your maid of honor went over to answer the door. Baxter! There on the other side was your partner in this wedding journey, Baxter. His outfit looked as though he reverted back to his teenage self. It was all black. But you were aware that the staff would be dressed top to bottom in dark shades to be recognizable to the guests as employees and not as possible long-lost cousins twice removed. He offered a polite greetings to you and your party. Hello, and a very good morning to you. Hi, good morning. You look incredible already, but don't fret, I want to interrupt the process for long.
How are you?
I'm here to check in. Is there anything you need? You wouldn't have to have a Cove on you somewhere. The curve of his smile pulled over ever so slightly higher. Unfortunately not. Though, let me add, I also came in order to keep you informed on the wedding status. Oh? A hopeful bent came through your tone.
Yes.
Yes, the status is, it's ready when you are. It should go off without a hitch. That was music to your ears. You were so grateful Baxter had gone to so much effort he had from this. With absolute earnest, Baxter wished you well.
Take care.
I'll let you return to your preparations now. See you soon. The light-hearted mood of the wedding work swept back into it with no further distractions. You cleaned up your nails. Your nails were shorts. The party was there to get you through the whole morning of preparation. There were laughs and a few tears, all happy. There is a time investment, however the look did eventually come together. The clothes and your hair were all set to do what had been planned for the day. You glanced down to yourself, fully dressed to get married. I probably released a steady breath. You stood in the center of the room, and after a moment to yourself, the rest of the group surrounded you. Oh, Liz, you look adorable, and I love your outfit. Like, look at that. That looks gorgeous. It's like, the thing is, I would totally wear that. That's so nice. Tootie. Oh, I love that dress too. Oh, that's such a nice dress. I love the blue. Nice job, kiddo. And I love this outfit. I don't know if I'll necessarily like wearing it just because 3/4 sleeves, but it looks gorgeous. You're all grown up. Oh, and look at Miranda's dress. Yeah, if I ever get married, I would probably wear something like this to my wedding, where it's the off-shoulder sleeves. Miranda looked on, completely starry-eyed and amazed. And hey, Terry, looking fancy and sharp. You got a big thumbs up from Terry. And then the moment arrived. You didn't have to wait any longer. Your wedding was about to begin, and Cove would be there when you arrived. You took a deep, steadying breath and stepped out into the hallway. Rapidly, you made your way to the elevator and took it down to the lobby floor. It didn't take long for you to weave across the hotel lobby and exit through the front doors. Outside, you immediately spotted the rental car that was sent to bring you into the poppy field. You slipped into the car and your maid of honor tucked in after you. Closing your eyes, you got comfortable and enjoyed the drive. There was plenty of regular room. Glancing out to the window, your eyebrows raised in surprise because you recognized just how far you are from the poppy field. It would only be a few more minutes until everything would be working toward it would finally come to fruition. Your peace was overcoming with a building nervousness. As the ceremony started inch closer, your stomach twisted into knots. It wasn't that you didn't want to do it, you wanted this. But like most important days, worries wormed their way under your skin, clung on. Took a deep breath, reminding yourself just how hard everyone worked on putting today together. No matter what, today was going to be a good day. You were marrying your best friend.
Well,
you have to enjoy yourself today. This is your big day, and you don't need to be worrying about anything at all. All of us will take care of it. I love Miranda's hair too. I love the curls. Miranda spoke with a rock-solid confidence that you believed her wholeheartedly. You reached over and hugged her. Aww. Miranda hugged you back just as tightly. You laughed lightheartedly, ecstatic to have her there with you. Thank you for being my friends. She beamed when you both parted. You sniffled and wiped away the few tears starting to blur your vision. Baxter wasn't kidding earlier when he said that the hotel room was near the ceremony. The trip was already over and there wasn't another second to spare. Carefully, you exited the car, went forward, and finally took in the first sight of your ceremony. God, this looks gorgeous. And I think this is a great place to end this episode here. I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives. And may the stars forever guide your path wherever it might lead you into the future. Bye-bye, and hope to see you guys again soon.